informal. Just wanted to give a chance to follow up with any questions you had about the press release that we share that Chief Jim Blocker will be retiring in January. And it seems like he's been here the entire time I have been here, because he has. He came in July of 2014, and I started in October of 2014. So I feel pretty blessed that I got to inherit a police chief like Jim. It's been a pleasure working with him. We've gone through a lot of things in the city and in the police department that I think have been a great deal of growth, and I think can be attributed to Jim's leadership. Not to say that all of that has been good. We've seen some tough budgetary times. We've seen the city go through some difficult matters, but I think Jim's commitment to leadership and transparency and professionalism have really helped guide us and helped guide me as a new city manager to the city of Battle Creek. I think from my perspective, it's going to be difficult to say goodbye, and yet I think our transition is going to be a lot smoother than I had anticipated when a city manager thinks about losing a police chief, because we are welcoming interim Chief Shannon Bagley into the role when Jim departs in January. Shannon will officially start as interim chief of the Battle Creek Police Department on January the 15th, and Jim's last day with us will be January 31st. Happy to answer any questions. Again, I have received a lot of outpouring of congratulations to Jim for retiring. What are you going to do now that Jim is leaving? What I feel great about is that we have always worked hard in the city around succession planning in every department, and that includes the police department. And we had two great deputy chiefs. Knew that we would be considering a new chief at some point. We are certainly not getting any younger as a government leader here in the city of Battle Creek, and actually across Michigan it is an issue. But we are trying to put things in place before, if possible. And in this particular case, we've got a wonderful new interim chief coming on board in January. We have a fabulous deputy chief in Troy Gillian, who will continue to oversee our patrol division, and we will welcome Lieutenant Steve Bush to oversee investigations at this particular time. What I've talked to Shannon about as he takes this 6-month interim is, this is a transition time. Certainly he's worked with Chief Blocker hand in hand since he's been here. He's watched the chief's leadership, he's watched the department, and I've never heard him say anything but how amazed he's been, how welcomed he's been, how much he enjoys the community. He knows that there's a lot to prove to the community because he can be considered an outsider, and yet everybody tells me it feels like he's been here all along. To me, that is a wonderful indication that somebody is acclimating not only to the community but to the organization within the city and in the department. And I've had several people reach out to say it's a great choice as an interim. It's a loss to lose Jim, but yet things will continue at the Battle Creek Police Department. We have a lot of things going on right now that I don't foresee any hiccups or any pauses. I think it will be a seamless transition. We are continuing discussions around a citizens review board. We have a study going on right now about our police, fire, and EMS service delivery models. We are welcoming a brand new city commission next Tuesday, and so we will look to them for guidance. We certainly will share with them where we are at in our priorities and projects, not only in the police department, but in the city as a whole. I think everybody, it will be a new day for the Battle Creek Police Department, and yet I feel very comfortable in wishing Jim well, but also welcoming Shannon into the new role. So I will turn that over now to Chief Blocker and Deputy Chief Bagley to say a few words.
So, listen, it's been a real pleasure the last 8.5 years, and certainly nearly 26 in the city of Battle Creek. I've learned more from the community than just about anyone else. I think, more importantly, best time to leave those when you're on a high. Been incredibly supported by phenomenal staff, by a supportive commission, our elected leaders. I know that will continue, but most importantly from Rebecca, our city manager. It's been incredible the support that she's given. But now I also know I leave the city and this department in great hands. Deputy Chief Shannon Bagley has had an extraordinary career in the city of Kalamazoo. He was moved over here. I knew him. I actually was on a promotion board several years ago, and I recognized this was a smart leader who understood the community, understood policing, and understood how the two things had to work hand in hand on a daily basis. So it's my pleasure at this moment. I'm sure I'll have an opportunity to talk the next few weeks. But right now, I'd like to turn it over to Deputy Chief Shannon Bagley.
So hanging around here for an introduction, I much appreciate it. Truly humbled by the opportunity to step in as the interim chief here at Battle Creek. This is a fantastic city. A little over a year ago, I was fortunate enough, once again, humbled and blessed to be appointed as deputy chief here. And I tell you, it has been an incredible, amount of just a pleasure to work here. I have developed and met so many wonderful people, neighbors, community members, stakeholders. And there's one thing that has just resonated is in my conversations with them is the commitment to community and the commitment of this organization to its community and how we move forward and solve problems. And the foundation of how we're going to move forward is through the relationship that this organization has with the community. And we're just going to continue to build and grow. One of the things that has impressed me, though, is our city manager, Rebecca Fleury mentioned, is just it's a team, right? This is not just about the police department. This is about the city of Battle Creek as a team providing a service to this community. And I know Rebecca and I had an opportunity to chat a little bit about the importance and the foundational element of the relationship component. And moving forward, that's the direction in which we are going to emphasize is that relationship with the community. So thank you very much, and I can take a couple questions if there is any. Oh, I thought I was going to go over there. So
No,
go ahead.
You're good. I guess I know you've only been here for a little over a year. But what's the biggest thing you think you've learned from Chief Blocker in your time, given that you guys work one-on-one?
Wow. I can tell you this, Chief's legacy is absolutely cemented here. The amount of work, the amount of good work and development of his team here within the Battle Creek Police Department is absolutely incredible. And when I first came in, I'm the new guy, and trying to get acclimated and getting to know people and understand how business is conducted here in Battle Creek. Absolutely thoroughly impressed with the professionalism of the women and men here, and quite frankly with everybody else that works here in the city. This is a very cohesive team, and the service that they provide is absolutely incredible. The chief mentioned it. I was amazed, happily so, and looking forward to continuing in that vein moving forward.
Thank you.
Seeing no more questions. All right.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.